All right, so multi-step equations, you're dealing with equations. Some similar to this, we'll start with these kind.
May I have your attention, please? At this time, I need the following students to leave to go to the
Regularly scheduled program. All right. Indeed. Yeah.
I'll watch that on YouTube, and you can barely hear any of my voices.
Yeah, I know. That's the point. All right, so 2x minus 5, you're going to add 5. That's indeed the correct first step. These cancel. 2x is greater than 16. Good job. And then last step. Do I need to flip my symbol?
No.
When do I do that? Divide or multiply by a negative. That's the only time you flip that inequality symbol around. So there we have x is greater than 8. Yeah, we are going to graph it.
You add 5 to 16.
And
so what was the problem about
if we have the next problem has one. I'll be an example of that. I'll show you what we're talking about. So open or filled in circle above the 8. Why is it open again? Yeah, not an equal to underneath there. So open and goes toward the 9 and 10 because its x is greater than 8. So that direction to the right. Remember doing that? My 9 minus 2 over 5x is less than or equal to 11. Minus 9, because we want to move the stuff that doesn't have the x, right? So we got to get rid of that 9. It's a positive 9, so we subtract it. By? Try again. It's a fraction. Reciprocal. Multiply by the reciprocal, guys. Dividing by negative 2/5 is multiplying by the reciprocal of negative 2/5, which would be negative 5 over 2. And in this, the 2's cancel each other out. That'd be negative 5 over 1, which is just negative 5. Why? What's negative? The fraction I multiplied by. Exactly right. That's exactly what I wanted you to say. The fraction I multiplied by was a negative, so that's where you flip your symbol around. Put it on a number line. Open or filled in? Closed is another way of saying that. Greater than, so it's going which way? To the right. Okay. Two parentheses, x plus 6 greater than or equal to 24. Yeah, absolutely. Good job. Got parentheses there. Order of operations says do the parentheses first. Well, the parentheses have a 2 element out in front, so we got to distribute. Be 2x plus 12. And then it's back to what we did on example A. Yeah, subtract 12. 2x greater than or equal to 12. Divide by 2.
where X is by itself.
Excuse me, sorry, that's loud. Yeah, we're just working to get X by itself. That's exactly what we're doing. Above the 6, filled in. Why is it filled in?
Because that's greater than or equal to.
Yeah, the equal to mark. So it's greater than that, so to the right.
So now, why do you, what determines which way to?
Well, you can look at a couple of different ways. One way is to say, okay, the 6 is the solution, and then say all the answers are greater than or equal to 6. So when you do your number line, 6 is here, the numbers greater than 6 are to the right of it. So that's one way to do it. The shortcut is to say if the variable's on the left, which direction is that pointing? It's pointing toward the right. So that's kind of a shortcut that you use. But it only works if the variable's on the left. But you can always turn it around. Until we do compounds, which is tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but Thursday. So yeah, change. Yeah, in just a little bit. It's pretty chilly out. -3 parentheses 2x minus 9 is greater than -24. Very good. That'd be -6x. Then what? Plus 27. Good, Dustin. Subtract 27. -24 minus 27. -51. We're going to divide by that -6. Change the symbol. -51 over 6. Does that go evenly? But will it reduce? How? No. What number goes into 51 that goes into 6? 3 goes into 6, 3 goes into 51. How many times does 3 go into 51? 17. And then the 6, 2 times. Is that positive or negative? Why? Negative divided by negative is a positive, so it is positive. 17 over 2. Remember, we flipped our symbol because we divided by negative. So on the number line, let's do a fraction one here. 17 over 2. What's next to it? All right, so this direction will be 16 over 2 and 15 over 2. And to the right would be, do any of those reduce? What does 16 over 2 reduce to be? Just 8. And then 18 over 2 is 9. And then fill in the number line the way it's supposed to be done. So open circle to the left. Not too difficult, right, so far? Pretty good.
You do the same thing with the one step.
Yeah, it's just one step instead of more. Yeah. Let's throw one in here that's got variables on both sides. My youngest son thinks hiccups are the most hilarious. He gets the hiccups and just tickled, and you can't get him to quit laughing. Does anybody's water? It's like chili all day. Did anybody set the water on the door? And going off at your house. Okay, so again, we're still just trying to get X by itself. What side do we prefer having X on? Left. So when we're working one that's got X's on both sides, we probably want to move the X's over to the left. just to save us that step from having to turn it around at the end. So how do I, which one of those do I move, the 6 or the 2? The 2. Yeah, subtract 2x. Why are we subtracting it? This is positive, yeah, that's exactly why. So 6x minus 2x is 4x. What next? 17 plus 7? 24. Correct. Divide by 4. And you flip your symbol, right? Oh, why not? Not a negative that divided by. Kind of like interpreting scripture. You got to know what you know. Know why you believe the way you believe. Somebody can try to talk you out of it. Open circle. To the right. Good job. I think we got the graphing thing down, right? That's pretty. Yeah. That's what I'm asking everybody to do. The answer in the middle, and then 2 numbers on each side. Are you going to say rascally rabbit after that? Nabbit, you rascally rabbit, you. Yosemite Sam, you know. He used to hunt Bugs Bunny on Looney Tunes. You probably never watched that. Now Elmer Fudd did too, but yeah, maybe that was Elmer Fudd that said that. I'm not sure. All right, so 5 parentheses x plus 5 is less than 6x plus 30. Okay, so if you distribute, okay, 5x plus 25 on the left. Okay, so if you subtract 6x, that's the right thing. Negative 1x. Yes, that is indeed what you want to do next. We could never forget you, Shannon. Divide by negative 1. Okay, flip that symbol. Yeah, you said forget me, and I said we could never forget you, Shannon.
I don't think
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's a nice thing. Let people know they're unforgettable. Unforgettable. That's what you are. That's a song. Yeah. All right. Open or filled in? To the. Good job. Very enthusiastic answers there. She wanted her voice to be heard on YouTube. All you YouTubers. Let's throw this one out there. 3 parentheses x plus 4 is less than or equal to 3x minus 8. Distribute, indeed. 3x plus 12. Yeah, this one's a little weird. Subtract what? All right, so we'll minus this 3x from this side. Oh, sorry. So we got a positive 3x over here. We're subtracting it to move over here, but what happens to both of them? They're gone. They cancel out. So it's just 12. And this side over here is just negative 8. And then you have to look at, okay, so we had equations that this happened with in chapter 3. It's been a while since we've done chapter 3, but not too long ago. If the x is all canceled out, you look at what's left and say, oh, is it true or false? Yeah, this would be 12 is less than or equal to negative 8. Is 12 less than negative 8?
No.
Is 12 equal to negative 8? No, it doesn't fit either of those. So this is a false statement because there's no solution. Because there's nothing, if there's no solution, what do you even put on the number line? Nothing. Yeah, there's not a thing to put on the number line. So yes, when there's no solution, you do not have to graph. That's entirely true. That would be nice, but then we would have no answers, and that's not. Life's about answers.
Could it sometimes be true?
Good question. Okay. This is the last one, actually. So if you can fit one more, you're going to be all right. 2 parentheses 1 minus 4x is less than or equal to negative 4 parentheses 2x minus 1. Twice, right? Once on each side. So on the left side, what we got?
2 minus 8x.
On the right side,
Is negative 8x plus 4. Because 2 negatives make positive.
indeed, that is correct. Good job. You okay? All right.
Now you're going to add 8x on that side. It's negative.
So there's 2 is less than or equal to 4. Is 2 less than or equal to 4? Yes, that's true. Dustin's already said that that's true, and he's right. That is true. When it's true, all real numbers. Now there is a graph for that. It's easy. You can pick any numbers you want to. I'm going to start with a 4 in the middle. For no reason, really. And the solution, when you graph it, just would be, there's no circle because it's not one specific spot. It's just a line, the shading all the way above it. It covers the entire number line. Because it's every number in the world. All real numbers. Well, not every number in the world, but all real numbers. Okay?
The all real numbers, is that like whole numbers?
That real numbers doesn't necessarily mean whole numbers. There's a type of number called a complex number that you'll learn more about when we get to Algebra 2. We don't deal with it much in Algebra 1 at all. So there's a complex number which uses imaginary numbers as part of it. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. But
You said all numbers, well, not really all numbers, so I was thinking maybe not decimals and fractions.
Decimals and fractions are real numbers. Square roots are real numbers, but there are some things called complex numbers that are not included in this. All right. All right, here's what we're going to do. It's just shy of that. It's only 2.5 million.
No.
2,999,999 problems.
Yeah. No, I didn't say that.
Yeah. You can go get it. All right, guys. One section. You should have time to finish this in class. This is not incredibly strenuous work. If you did not finish homework from yesterday, then you need to do that too. Okay? And get that turned in, please. And then 372, that's your assignment for today.
How